The question sounds almost unfair, doesn't it? Spider-Man versus the Hulk. One is the lean, lithe neighborhood defender who swings between skyscrapers. The other is, quite literally, a walking natural disaster. The Hulk doesn't just threaten the neighborhood. He's the reason your neighborhood might have a crater in it next week. But this isn't an impossible matchup, at least. Not entirely. So, let's break it down. Can the Spider survive the smash? Let's start with Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Somewhere in his late teens or 20s, depending on which comic you pick off the shelf. Powers: classic superhuman agility, proportional strength of a spider, insane reflexes, keen intellect, and some web shooters that stick pretty much anything together except probably the Hulk on a bad day. He's tangled with powerhouses before: the Rhino, Sandman, Venom, and an ever-changing roster of villains with strength and size to spare. Usually, Peter wins with brains, not just brawn. He's the underdog who outsmarts, outmaneuvers, and, when absolutely necessary, pulls out a punch that surprises everyone, maybe even himself. Now, let's meet the Hulk. Dr. Bruce Banner. On an ordinary day, he's a brilliant scientist. On a bad day, he's literally the embodiment of anger management issues. The Hulk is nearly invincible, with power that scales infinitely with his rage. Bullets bounce off. Buildings crumble when he's having a stroll. Hulk smash isn't a threat, it's physics homework for the universe. Strength, check. Durability, arguably the best in the Marvel Universe. Speed, you'd be surprised when he's mad. The Hulk isn't slow, he's just methodical. There's nothing subtle about methodical. So, how does a spider even begin to square up to the Green Goliath? First, let's set some ground rules. We're not talking about Spider-Man with cosmic powers or iron spider armor. It's just Peter in the classic suit, web shooters handy, science smarts loaded, and Hulk not gray, not professor, not maestro, just your regular raging green Hulk. The first encounter is instant chaos. Spider-Man knows there's no winning a direct contest of strength. If he tries, there's a solid chance he'll be whipped across the city like a tennis ball. So, what does Spidey do best? He moves. When the Hulk brings his fist down, creating craters or flipping cars, Spider-Man isn't there anymore. He's dodging, webbing across lampposts, rebounding off glass, and staying unpredictable. Spider-Sense tingling at DEFCON 1, saving him from being, well, squashed like his namesake. But this isn't just parkour for fun. Spider-Man's analyzing the situation. Hulk's anger makes him predictable. The aim isn't to beat Hulk, but to survive him. He tries shouting logic. Bruce, you don't have to do this. But the green guy's not exactly in a chatty mood. So Peter's tricks come out. Webbing Hulk's eyes. It buys him seconds, maybe just enough to zip under a dump truck, or between some close-set columns the Hulk's too large to chase through. Firing off web bombs, setting traps, using the environment. Spider-Man's superhuman reflexes are in a league of their own, and he can fight for hours if he has to. But eventually, Hulk adapts. Tears through webbing, shrugs off thrown debris, and his roars shake even Spider-Man's resolve. Spider-Man slips up once, he's one punch away from orbit. So, does the spider survive? History says maybe, because this isn't the first time they've battled. In the comics, Spider-Man has tangled with Hulk and lived to monologue about it. He keeps his distance when possible, using his wit. Stalling long enough for Hulk's rage to dissipate, or for someone to talk sense into the green behemoth. In one famous Marvel adventure, Spider-Man manages to survive Hulk not by overpowering him, but by saving civilians and eventually reminding Hulk of who he really is. But every encounter is a test. There's no happily ever after hero only, quick thinking, lucky breaks, and a hero's refusal to give up. In sheer power, Spider-Man loses every time. But in a city full of collateral, intent on saving lives and not just fighting, Peter usually finds a way to last until the Hulk calms down or the cavalry shows up. So can the spider survive the smash? Against the odds? Yes, if survival means not going toe-to-toe, but dancing circles around fury and never letting hope get crushed. It's what makes Peter Parker, well, Spider-Man. And in a universe built on impossible battles, maybe that's the real win.